Welcome to the final video of this three-part series where I look at the Mclaren F1 94 on the racetrack, the Nürburgring, through three different games. First, we looked at the Gran Turismo 5, got a good bearing of what that car is. Felt good around the track, came in a little bit under 8 minutes, and then we looked at it at Forza 5, which the Forza 5 version had a 40 more horsepower and I think 20 more torque, foot-pounds of torque, and so that was ungodly, the control. So now we come to the Forza 6. There it is. Let me see where you are. There we go. McLaren F1 93 again. But this time, back to 627 horsepower with 480 foot-pounds. What is the torque actually the same? Yeah, dang it. And then again, 2,800 pounds. So it's a little bit heavier car, and we'll see how this does. Again, this time it is an S class compared to A class in the last game. So we'll see how that goes. We'll do the rivals, and of course we will do the Nürburgring. Where you at? So many tracks in this game compared to past iterations. So we'll do the daytime. There's also a night and rain. So let's see here. McLaren, go and race anyway. So again, I'm going to use this as traction control, as stability, because this is a heavy-duty car. The stem would be the same as the active stability management in Gran Turismo. I'm going to keep it at an automatic, and we'll be driving in the cockpit mode. Go. So again, assists, ABS on, normal steering. We're going to do stem, and on manual we're going to switch it to automatic, cosmetic, and we'll turn that off. Okay, let's get going. Completely different start. Sounds are completely different too. It feels a little bit more. It feels a little bit easier to control. Yeah, a lot easier control. Very interesting for having a. Oh, geez. Oh, that's my fault. Maybe getting it a little bit too much. For having a higher horsepower car, it's still a little bit easy. Still being easier to control. I guess this the Forza 5 had more horsepower, so maybe that was because it needed to like spin out a little bit more. Sounds are all three games have different sounds. The cockpit looks different too. Overall, the course itself looks very similar for the Forza 5 compared to the Gran Turismo, but it's so hard to tell unless I like going to video editing and overlap the three. So much easier to control too in this. We slide here like we did in Forza 5, but still had a lot more control. Yokohama, walking bridge. Yeah, the traction control is helping. Both these cars are all slidey there. So there is no, in Forza there is no MR, there are just RR, which stands for the engine being on the rear axle. Maybe I need to look at there is no RR, they're all, I need to look at the picture a little bit better. there's no MR. They're all RR, but sometimes the engine's not on the rear axle. There's a graph there. They don't call it MR, but they do in Gran Turismo. So far, so good. Again, it was a little bit easier to control in Gran Turismo, but he's a little bit slidier. Less slidier than in Forza 5, but still kind of slidey compared to Gran Turismo 5. Or yeah, Gran Turismo 5. You can see in the bottom right again, traction control and stability management getting really activating all the time around these corners. It is a slider. Again, I'm going to restate it. It is a slider in Gran Turismo along with ABS, but it is a toggle on Forza. So it is, again, that's going to apply different way how the engine reacts, how the car reacts. And I thought 5 would be a nice, easy part that might make it a little bit easier around corners. But again, a lot of this slipping I'm having is due to the just slowing down too. So brake management too. Maybe next time around, I would try to modify the car in a way where I can adjust the transmission, adjust the chamber, wheel alignment. Still good. Wheel alignment, and then of course aerodynamics. If I could, weight distribution, brakes. Differential. But man, she feels a lot better than Forza 5. But again, it felt a little bit smoother. Maybe their algorithm for active stability handles back it well. On Forza, it's a kind of an anti-oversteering, so it will slow the wheels automatically. I don't know if that's a real thing or not. Front tire in there. Flags went out for kilometers. Straight away a little bit. The cars in Forza I've noticed sound a little bit deeper than in Gran Turismo. That might have to do with my audio setup, as my Forza, especially for my recording, my Forza is being recorded through HDMI. So, but I output to uncompressed stereo through the HDMI, and then the PS3, since you can't record through HDMI, there's a separate dongle that uses the component output on the back of the PS3. Could be different for me, because then I have the Elgato going to my TV through an HDMI. But component audio is uncompressed, I think. I forget. It still feels a lot better. I'm actually really amazed that these cars would act so differently this time around. I kind of also want to try the car and Forza Horizon. How's that handle? Though there's no real tracks, you get a sense of what the car handles. It's a little bit. In Forza 5, it wanted to go sideways. There was a lot of momentum in my back, and she just wanted to slide. That might be due to their wrong input of the horsepower. I feel like Polyphony got it right in terms of those guys are like crazy people. And them, bless their hearts, for making it right, making it like going out there and getting, okay, how much really going that fast compared to. So still a little bit faster than Forza 5 or Gran Turismo. And I think we might come in a little bit faster, but I didn't get any accidents or anything. Maybe about to say. Let's do it one more lap because this car is very similar except for the weight, so we get a nice rolling start lap here. We're at 8 minutes, a little over 8 minutes on this lap, so we'll see where this goes. So there we go. Woohoo! Okay, maybe not. Very interesting between the three games coming in at 809 for this but it really shows that even within its own franchise, cars can act differently. And with that being said, there's no right way to say it's how how a car would drive. One of the high-end simulation car racing games right now is iRacing, and I bet they don't do realistic physics too. Like, this is all being a game, though iRacing is more geared to reels, so maybe they have their developers test the cars around the tracks, and so there's a limited amount of cars. Same thing with F1 from Codemasters. So it's at the end of the day, it's how you feel about the car. We looked at 3 different games, and we had 3 different experiences in the same car on the same track. Though one had more horsepower and more torque and more weight, another one had the same. 2 of them had the same torque and horsepower but different weights. So it's really weird. Visually the track kind of looked the same. The car exterior looked kind of the same. The interior is completely different, even from Forza 5. And Forza 6, so it's a really hard debate on which one is better. I hope these 3 videos have been informative. I like doing these. It's very interesting, test. It's not the best test, but it's a straight up. It's like, oh, hey, Gran Turismo is a little bit easier to maintain this McLaren. And Forza 5 is like, this thing wants to go sideways. But as always, thanks for watching. You guys have a wonderful day. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Bye.